try again. But I don't know what's wrong. Saturday.
Hi, Aditya.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I really, am really, really sorry. Okay. I'm really, really sorry. I really don't know what is wrong with this
No,
situation of this country,
there's
but
something,
I
some
literally
network
tried a lot
related
of time.
issue. Yeah.
I
How are you? How have you been?
thought of it. Anyways, I don't know how much time it's, but till the time it stays, I won't speak with it. I'm really good. Thank you so much.
I'm
Thank you
good.
so
I'm
much.
good.
How are
Very
you?
good.
This Bindi look is for your serial, or it's like you do it occasionally, something like that.
What? What? I'm sorry, what?
I'm for you like your character, or it is your personal, like you do it often.
Your voice is cracking. I can't hear what you're saying. I can't hear the question at all.
Let me try. Okay. Shh. I asked. Okay. I asked, is this Bindi look for your serial, or it's like
So
you do it
I do
often?
it often. I like it. Indian, I think Indian suits me better. So I prefer going with Indian. I like this bindi on my head. So it's not related to serial. I mean, I do it in serial also, but then in personal life also, I prefer, Indian look rather than going for a Western outfit.
But your serial, this
Yes.
Bhagya Lakshmi, right? If I'm not wrong. I've seen yesterday. Yeah, yesterday only I saw some
Okay.
glimpse of it, a
Okay.
bit of glimpse of it, and every second I I can just guess it, like you are a kind of like a, what do we say, uh, a well mannered kind
Yes.
of
Very,
character you
very,
are, who cries a lot.
very well mannered, very kind hearted, actually.
So yeah, so like you don't want to hurt anyone, being nice
Right.
to everyone, and something like. But why you cry so much? I'm sorry to ask this.
No, it's not wrong to for you to ask that because abhi last month I went to Goa and some people there they recognized me and they asked me the same question. Why do you cry so much? इतना क्यों रोती है? So सबसे पहले first of all I want to say I have no problem with crying. I cry like in my real life also. I cry all the time. But in serial, actually, that's not my decision. Lakshmi is a very very emotional character. Very मतलब कुछ बहुत अच्छी बात भी होती है तो भी she cries. And if there's something bad happening तो obviously she cries. So it's a character trait of Lakshmi that she is going to cry. वो आके एकदम the tears are like right here and whenever she gets first chance she'll cry, so I relate that very much with Lakshmi because as Aishwarya also I cry a lot and in Lakshmi also I cry a lot, so I think it's a character trait that she cries or she can't stop it.
So your makeup people might have like always the be in sense कि like okay मैडम आरती
हाँ
होने
सब
वाली है,
सबको
मेकअप में
पता
आप थोड़ा
होता
सा
है हाँ.
ठीक है वो पूरा नीचे. Well, I saw it. I really saw some glimpse. I'm really sorry for that, but it seems to be a beautiful character which gives another spark to a show. And people
Right.
love that. People love that character. People love to see very much. I literally saw it. People love that character. People like to, and it is really hard in today's world to find someone like that. What your character is, I feel personally.
Actually, I
But
used to think that when I started the show and when they told me that what the character of Lakshmi is, and that there's nobody like this. These days people are not this kind. People, they think about themselves
I
first. Everybody think about themselves or their families first before thinking about anybody else. But then I did a campaign with Z, and I got to meet with such people जिन्होंने अपने बारे में नहीं सोचा. लाइक यूजुअली ये कोविड टाइम्स जो चल रहे थे, एंड people wanted to help other people. So many people came out and they wanted to just help people out. So there is humanity, there is kindness in people. I just don't think that they wanted to show on, show to everybody or show it on national television. And I think this character is somewhere, you know what do you call it, उनसे लिया गया है. This, it's inspired. Lakshmi, I think, is inspired by such people who are still here in this world, ready to help others without any ulterior motive, without thinking about themselves first कि हमें कुछ हो जाए. If we are healthy, like I told you that I met so many people, we call them COVID warriors. So many normal people coming out and helping each other in such difficult times. So I don't think there's a scarcity of such kind of people in our world right now. I don't think they just don't want to come out and tell everybody that I do kindness and we help people, and I don't think they want to show it to other people. But there are people like Lakshmi, so it was easier for me to even relate it to them, that this is not a superficial character. There are people like Lakshmi.
but I feel like this kind of people. I maybe I'm wrong, but whatever I have seen, I'll tell you. This kind of people have been and still are being misused a lot.
That is
And
actually,
some or the other fact that
in some or the other manner, are misused,
some or
and
the other
that's
fact
true.
that
But then,
force them like we should
uh,
not do.
see, it's always your personal choice to be kind, and you can't change anybody else's mindset or mentality, and how, even after, I'm not asking anybody to be a rug कि यार लोग आपको misuse करते रहे, and still you are going, gaga over them, or you doing things for them, or I'm not asking, but it is your personal choice to to still do that, to still have that goodness in you, that anytime in your life, if somebody needs you, you're gonna be there. Just be that person. And I think karma has its own way to get back to the person who misuses you, but you don't have to change yourself, your goodness, that goodness you have in your heart, for anybody who's not doing good to you, or who's misusing you, or playing with you, or whatever. So I think it's your choice to be the good person here, and keep doing good work.
I can relate this character what you played to so much to you. Like you both are kind of same,
Yes. Me and Lakshmi are quite similar.
is it?
No,
Are you gonna try now? Please don't lie.
no, 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 no.
But like you have played also you have played a
Right,
couple of
yes.
characters before Bhagya Lakshmi. But what is your opinion on this particular character, and what is the difference you feel
Between,
playing this character and the other character? What is the is there any special
I
fact
told
about
you
you?
this. The most special fact about Lakshmi is that this character is extremely related to me. Aishwarya and Lakshmi are very similar. So I can get my whatever I feel, the natural instinct into this character. Otherwise, इससे पहले जो characters I did, one was negative that I did, Mahima in YHC, and ये है चाहते. Nothing common. Nothing common. Zero. There was nothing there. And उससे पहले भी I did a supernatural show in which I played Wish Kanya, and it's one more show I did. So the most special thing about Lakshmi is that I connect to Lakshmi from my heart, and I think that's why it come across the way it come across on television. So that is why this is, it stands out. Lakshmi stands out because for me as a character, because all the characters that I've did in my life so far, this is the most relatable one. So that's the special factor.
So as of I can just guess this. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel you are the kind of person who, even when you are speaking to me, there are a lot of other things going in
Yeah,
your mind,
that's true.
which is just bluffing from here to there, here,
Wow, are you a face reader?
wondering inside like, okay,
No, yes, that's emotional people or people like me, there are things whenever we are answering something or you're asking us a question, we think about 100 different things that are going in our life, and then we merge it into one and then we answer. So that happens with me. That we don't probably, directly, whatever your question is, we take a life experiences together and then we form an answer and then we give you that. So that's why my brain is like always working.
I just saw that, but okay, but one thing about me, I think very less. Like if I'm here, I'll live here. Like what is gonna happen outside there? So I would like to stay with you for a day, and on your set, I would like to see you. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm mostly
Here, what
most of
exactly?
the time I'm just
Okay,
lost.
she's in
Or I'm laughing. So there are only two
Why
things
she
happening on set. Either I'm laughing or I'm lost. So when I'm lost, even if you like come near me and say hi, you'll have to say it twice because first time I won't hear you.
first hear to me, and second time you will feel to react
No,
to
no,
it.
no.
Okay,
I
fine.
won't even ignore you. I'm not that kind of a person who ignores anybody. I just won't hear you. I won't even know that you're around me if I'm lost in my thoughts. So
Other- Too many thoughts I can say. I must say too many thoughts at the same time. God, it's hard to live with them. Trust me. But it's being, I guess I can say, couple of few years, more than few years,
yeah,
you've
it's
been in
been
this
eight,
industry.
9 years
You've been
almost.
playing multiple of
Yeah.
characters, and more than it. Like so, every character has a. I personally feel it. Every character has a kind of a bit of it spark related to our own lives. So we can every character we play, so we can relate something of our life to that
Right.
character. Is it true?
That's true.
Correct.
See,
So
when
I want to ask you before. So you get a lot of choice. You get a lot of choices to select one character. So what exactly you see when you select one? Okay, fine. This is something I should play or I would like to play. What do you see before you pick it up?
I actually the opportunities that I've got so far in my life. Yeah, yeah. सारा पूरा सोच लिया 8 years rounding up. So the opportunities that I've got so far in my life, the characters, they weren't my choices. I have given almost all the auditions that I've been called for, and the character chooses you. There's a phrase, you don't choose the character chooses you. So it's always been like that. It's always been like that. I don't know, I think more So basically, the point is that the character chooses me. So first, I did Wish Kanya. Uh, in that too, there was this girl who was very, she hasn't been out from her house in almost like 18 to 20 years because she's a Wish Kanya. She has poison. This was a supernatural show, and it was my first show as a lead on a GEC channel ever. So starting from there, I didn't choose it. I think the character chose me because I had something. I am very very polite as a person, and a little naive too, and I think I'm still. And back then, so I was extremely nice. So that's how I don't know. I think that character, when you audition, also you connect with it, and if you connect with it, you bring out the real thing that the character needs, and I think that's what happens with every character, every audition that I give. If I connect 110% with that character, then I think it's easier, to get to the second stage, the look test or the mock shoot or whatever. But I think you have to connect with it in on the audition day. So I think that's what happened with me with all my auditions, with all the characters that I did, that I connected it from the very first day. So it shows me because I did it with all my heart.
Wow. So this Wish Kanya is like was a character something like which the lady
Yeah,
never went
yeah,
out of the
she
house in
wasn't
18-20
allowed
years.
to get out of the house because she had these powers and she had poison in her blood. Rather of blood, she had poison. She did not have blood, she had poison. And even if she scratches you, you're dead. So it was like that. So it was a fun character to play. So I did positive and negative in my first show ever. So
I
difficult.
Wow, I can imagine her life like sitting in
Yeah,
just
one
one home
room.
or one room
And
for
you,
18 years.
yeah,
I
it was a
cannot think of
revenge
more
show
than 18 years.
basically. So my Masi, she wanted to use me to get revenge from some very, very rich people who I fall in love with later. So same story, but it was a revenge show. So I got to do both positive and negative. So it was really-
So your Masi uses
yeah.
them to scratch them. Anyways, so okay, but I want to ask you one other thing that it is said that every success story started with a dream. Okay, so how your story started, how you got
Hmm.
into all this, was it like planned before, or it was just a spark that
I
happened?
actually till I think 10th or 11th, I never thought that I'll be an actor. But उसके बाद में I think when I was in 10th, I saw this newspaper ad of some Miss Bhopal competition happening, and I wanted to do it because it was May, June. So we did not have schools, so we were free. So me and my friend, we applied to it, and she taught me how to ramp walk, and then we did it, and I won. I don't know how, but I just won. So the judges there, they told me that I have a very nice face and a very nice height, so I should try into modeling. So I started my career with modeling, ramp walks. I did fashion shows for fashion colleges and other designers there in Bhopal. I'm from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. So I did that. And then somebody, then then someone told me that you should join theater because you have very expressive eyes. So then I said, okay, let's try this. So I went, I always had a fascination for movies and TV and all of that. And I have learned dancing. So, uh, the whole family is creative. So because of dancing mostly, I wanted to, I've learned Kathak and Bharatnatyam. I wanted to work on my expressions. So somebody told me that, you have very expressive eyes. You should go and try theater. You should do theater. I said, okay. And Bhopal has a huge community of theater. It's really, really good. So I went one to one of my sir who's now not with us in this world, but So he was my sir, he was my mentor. He taught me, and within 2 years, he asked me, he told me that you should go to Bombay. I think you're ready for it. And he never tells this to anybody. He never says it unless and until you're really, really ready. And I don't think that I was ready, but I think among the lot, I was ready. So, and he was really sweet to me. So, he told me that, you should go and try. So, I came to Bombay for my college and then I started giving auditions and I got something to, start with. I got my DD National ka show, my first show. And yes, I didn't look back.
So this Wish Kanya, I guess,
Wish Karenge.
is it? So
My
that was your
first
first show
show
you got.
was a Doordarshan ka show, which was Ye Shaadi Hai Ya Sauda. Uske baad, I did a couple of characters somewhere, and then I got Wish Kanya, which was my first biggest show.
Okay. So first biggest was this one, and you
Career with
started
a
your
Doordarshan
career with
DD National show,
what we say,
yes.
national TV. Mashallah, what. But this theater acting is, mashallah, way different than what
Right,
normal acting schools are.
that's true.
I personally feel that. But, it is really difficult when you act in theater. It is
So
really difficult because they
actually,
definitely take.
my sir, who I'm talking to you about, Chandrahas Tiwari, he was from FTII. So he never taught us the typical theater acting. I mean, obviously you have to be a little louder on stage because you don't have mics. You there are so many people. The audience is so the sometimes there is so much. The whole what do you call it? The whole auditorium is filled. So obviously you can't speak very low. There are mics hanging from the air, but then also you
Right.
have to have a little dramatic personality to your character because people you should get to everybody on in the auditorium. So and that's why it's a little dramatic, but he never asked us to do it over the top. He never asked us to give doing making your eyes or making your face. He never taught us that. He was extremely he my learning is only natural. He was from, as I told you, he was from FTII, so he had knowledge of theater as well as TV and films. So whenever we used to, we when I was in repertory, he taught us how to give auditions, even if there is a loud banging somewhere. How to do your lines, how to, he used to come and he used to sing songs in our ears, and then utni der mein we had to learn our lines, and then we had to go and perform the scene in front of him. So that's how I've been taught. So it wasn't really difficult for me because I was not taught to be loud. I was not taught to be, how you do it in theater. You have to raise your hands like that. I was never taught like that. So it was a little easier for me, I think.
You just you whatever you've been taught. It is like you just live the character.
Yes,
Maybe it
yes,
be loud
yes.
or low. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Just the character
yeah. Be natural.
natural. Oh, mashallah. This is saving advice. Trust me. Whatever it is, don't think of anyone. Whatever the character you are living,
Yes.
just go with it.
Let
Let
it
it go.
go.
Let, let it go. Mash. But with the characters, the characters are the, like, what do we say, a half better half part of actor's life. I feel the characters, the vision. But with that, the social media is growing very much, and I recently got to know this. I wasn't knowing, but there's a hashtag which is very trending right now and quite famous too. It's called like it's Rishmi. Okay. Well, I personally like this name. I generally don't know what it is, but but I ask you, आपसे सुनते हैं कि what exactly
It's
it is.
a
It's like sounds like connecting name
It's
or
a
something like.
hashtag for me for Lakshmi and Rishi, the character that Rohit Suchanti is playing in the show, my hero. So Rishi and Lakshmi is Rishmi. This is our character. This is our ship
Oh,
name.
mashallah. Wait, it is very trending. I personally like this name. What is how much did you like this name? Like
I
it
am
sounds
my
very cool
own
to
fan. I am a Rishmi fan. I think me and Rohit are the biggest fan of Rishmi. We started the club. So I have to tell you this. There was this when we started doing our show, and there was this wedding sequence going on, and ZTV came up with a different hashtag for Lakshmi and Rishi. It was something called as Lakshya, something very different from Rishmi. And the fans already started calling us Rishmi from the, I think, from the first week or the second week itself. So this was so special because, you know, your show has just started and you've received so much love that there's even on the second day or on the third day of the show, you have a hashtag which says Rishmi, that is Lakshmi and Rishi. So we got so attached to it. And then ZTV, I don't know if they saw or they didn't. I don't know what happened. And they created this new hashtag for Lakshmi and Rishi. But Rishmi got so famous, and it started trending. Use Rishmi, use Rishmi, use Rishmi. And that's how ZTV actually cancelled their hashtag and they used Rishmi, and it's a fan made hashtag. And on the first week or the second week, and we are absolutely in love with these people, me and Rohit, both of us. And as I told you, we are like the first members of the club, Rishmi. So we are our own fans.
but it really sounds cool. Whatever
Yeah.
the name it has been created, it is I feel created with love. So much of love. There's nothing beyond that. So much of it feels beautiful. Well, when you're working on something, you're everything to it. You appreciate it in this way. It feels beautiful. Like the moral get boosted. You feel
Yes,
more to work on.
that's true.
Is it?
Yes.
But you have another thing too that when you play a negative character, you get so much of hate rate. Like especially in television, mashallah,
Yes,
people
yes,
take it
they
very
do.
seriously. I really like. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, hundreds of people, because Yeh Chahte has a huge fan base, and the show is doing really well. And but their Instagram and Twitter fan base is crazy. Yeh Chahte is, it's crazy, and they love their, couple so much. And whoever comes, this happens in every show. Whoever tries to come between the hero and the heroine, he's going to get, you can't even imagine it. So I was the one when YHC Ye Chahte was on top around, I don't know, it was one of the top 3 shows, and it still is, but I think it just started to rise, and I came in between the couple. And oh my god, you can't even imagine the amount of hatred I got. The amount of personal comments, professional to chalo theek hi hai, but the amount of personal hatred that the people show you when you're doing a negative character, I think it makes a person just a little more strong headed, that how you have to avoid, how you have to ignore and just focus on your work. So that's what it did to me. Once or twice I cried, because obviously I'm not that kind of a person who wouldn't cry and just let it go. So in the starting I was like, why is this happening with me? What did I do? I'm just playing a character. Why personal comment? But then, after a point of time, it was just, this happens. Maybe because you're doing your job very well. That's why people are, telling you to, not do it that well. So people used to, my well wishers, they used to tell me कि डर में जब शाहरुख खान ने नेगेटिव किया था, तो ऐसा वैसा करके बहुत सारी चीजें समझा समझा के finally they used to calm me down, and then I used to focus on my work. That's it. You can't do anything about it. Aditya, your voice, I can't hear you.
Play, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello. Okay, so I was saying in a movie, if you play a negative character, it is quite okay to play because people are going to watch it for like maybe 2 hours or 3 hours, and then
Right.
they're going to go home. No one is going to like think of it that much.
Right.
Television, it goes every day, and villain has some or the other spark for people to watch it tomorrow. That okay, fine, tomorrow you see. Khatam hai. Khatam hai.
That's true.
Kasam kha. It is another level, and there are also some shows which I don't know. Villains are just immortal. They never get caught.
Villains are
No one can ever hurt them. Immortal they are. They never
immortal.
get caught. No one can hurt them. Not even
Yeah.
police can catch you. But
Yeah, I
at
was
the end
one
of
of
the day,
them. Mahima was one of them. She was
trust
invincible.
hero you in the end, and he or she whatever he will pick up the girl in hand like this,
Yes, yes,
and he will walk
100%.
looking at you like
I
this. Okay,
have
okay, fine.
pushed the main lead of the show from a, you know, pahadi. I I used a
Okay.
हथकड़ी होती है ना पुलिस की हथकड़ी से उसका हाथ बांध के कार के साथ फेंक दिया था उसको. So I'm telling you, I've done all this. Mahima was invincible.
You have
She ran like 1,000 times from
get that
prison.
feeling of being
Nobody could catch her.
like, that guy actually says it to person like तुम बहुत मामूली हो पता है तुम कर नहीं सकते ये
But बहुत मजा आता है.
तुम अभी
When
मुझे
you
बंद
get to do this, no, you can't do something in your real life. And then you get to do something somewhere. It's so much fun.
कर this scene personally. I don't know. You might have played this, but the villain will be in the room, okay, and he will be doing something, a crime scene or something, whatever it is. He will be doing something. And you will see people walking up to the door and पुलिस ऐसा चल के दरवाजे तक आना जैसे दरवाजा खुलता है वो
Yes.
गायब हो जाता है कहाँ कहाँ and after some time when police
I
goes
think you
the
should,
same
I
house
think you, Aditya, I
house
think
with
you should
car
visit sometime on our set. And you have a very curious mind. I think you should definitely come on set and see how we shoot. So you'll have all your answers.
He'll, but trust me, if I come on your set, I will come up with
Yeah, yeah.
answers on the
We'll
spot.
answer all of your questions.
How? Aishwarya. Trust me, like after so many days, I came live and with this network issues and everything. But you say that you are an emotional person, you cry a lot. But today I met a person who made me laugh a lot. I literally have.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. And mashallah,
Thank
you have good smile. In this case, you really.
Thank you.
I hope to see you. Before anything, I would like to say all the very best for your awards. Okay, thank you so much for taking out your
Yeah.
lunch for me. Thank you so much for that. Please. And before I say goodbye to you, I would like to take one screenshot with you, a beautiful memory with you. So give me a beautiful
Always.
smile out of three. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it came. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you for
Thank you
having
so
me, Aditya.
pleasure to you.
Bye. Bye.
Please take care. Bye bye. Wow. Okay. My head. So like it was good. But it feels good to meet positive people around you. You should surround yourself with positive people, and that's the fact of life. You surround yourself, your life becomes something which you surround yourself with. So I would also suggest you guys that please surround yourself with good people, with a good bond and good mindset, a positive vibe. Life will always be good, and Okay, thoughts are very, very natural in everyone's life, but there is another beautiful world living out there, waiting for you. Get out of them, go live. It's so beautiful. And with this, I would like to say goodbye to everyone. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for that comment. With this, I would like to say goodbye to you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.